If you think deciding the best smartphone to buy is an easy thing, then you probably haven't tried working with a budget. Because once you set a budget, that is when you realize how hard it actually is to choose from so many options with so many brands and so many tempting specs out there. 250k, which is around $170, is a very practical budget. It is what most people are working with right now. And with that amount, you can get yourself a solid smartphone, either brand new or old smartphone if you are after solid performance. We've already talked about old phones you can get around this budget, but what about new phones? Brand new devices within 250k, that is exactly what we are doing in this video. There are some surprisingly good options out there that you wouldn't believe cost around 250k. And when I say 250k, I mean some might go a little bit above 250k or a little below that mark. So if that sounds interesting to you or something you've been searching for, make sure you hit that like button and let's get started. The very first phone I'm recommending in this budget is the Infinix Hot 60 Pro. In 2025, if you really want to get the most out of your money, like the best value for every single naira or every single dollar you spend, I honestly think you can't go wrong with any Transsion device. Whether it is TECNO, Itel or Infinix, these brands are seriously breaking the rule of what we used to call budget phones. They are doing things that don't even feel normal anymore. Like some of the specs you find on this smartphone, they feel almost illegal to see at this price point. I genuinely don't know how they are pulling it off, but they are doing it anyway. They are doing it way better than a lot of other brands in this segment. Infinix Hot 60 Pro is giving you one of the best designs you see on any smartphone, whether it is budget, mid-range, flagship. The design is clean, it is simple, really well put together. I love how everything just fits, from the camera layout and the variety of color options that are available. The phone also feels solid in hand, not too slim, not too thick either, just balanced. It is durable too. You are getting Gorilla Glass 7 eye protection plus IP64 dust tight and water resistant. Design wise, it is fantastic, but the display is even better. You are getting a solid screen to body ratio with an AMOLED panel, 144Hz refresh rate, 1.5K resolution. This is easily one of the best displays you find on any budget phone in 2025. I think TECNO is probably the only brand that can match this kind of display tech at this price. Some people are complaining about the performance of this phone. I don't really see that point, because at this price, Infinix is giving you MediaTek Helio G200. G200 isn't some crazy flagship chip. Think of it as an upgrade version of the MediaTek Helio G99 or MediaTek Helio G100. A little bit more refined, more polished, and really you can't expect more at this price point. If you're working with 250,000 naira and you want more performance, I'd say getting a new budget phone isn't the way to go. You'll probably be better off going with an old smartphones, like old flagships, because that is where you see the biggest jump in power. But for this price, this processor, and the fact that you are getting 8GB of RAM, that is actually impressive. You can't get much than that unless you are willing to pay extra. And performance wise, it is not bad at all for daily use, multitasking, even gaming. It handles things very well. You can play most games smoothly on medium graphics setting. Infinix Hot 60 Pro runs XOS, which is the Infinix custom skin on top of Android 15. And I think you are also getting up to 3 years of major OS updates, which is impressive at this price. The software experience is nice. It is fast, clean, loaded with AI features you wouldn't find on any phone in this price range except TECNO. For the camera, you are getting 50 megapixel rear camera that can shoot 2K videos, 13 megapixel front facing camera as well. The results are decent for the price, good enough for everyday photos, social media, and even some light content creation. There are also a few extra features that make this phone stand out. For example, you get stereo speakers for a richer sound quality. Headphone jack is not missing here. We still have headphone jack. That is a big plus for people who still prefer wired audio. Storage wise, you are getting 128GB of internal storage, 8GB of RAM. I've said that before, on the base model, with the option to expand storage using micro SD card. That's not all. You're also getting an under-display fingerprint scanner, which is something you rarely see on phones at this price. Powering everything is a solid 5160 milliamp battery. It supports 45 watt fast charging, which is actually really good for the price. Overall, A60 Pro is a solid package, and the best part is that this phone is below 250k. You're not even spending the full 250k to get this phone. Same thing goes for the TECNO Spark 40 Pro. Both phones offer almost the same hardware and almost the same overall experience. The main difference really comes down to the software, the XOS versus iOS, both doing their things differently. That is where the user experience slightly changes. But apart from that, everything else is probably similar across both devices. Performance, the camera quality, the battery life, and even the display quality. If you are shopping for a brand new smartphone under 250k in 2025, I think these two smartphones, Infinix A60 Pro and the TECNO Spark 40 Pro, are easily one of the best options you can get right now. The next one we've got on the list is the Itel S25 Ultra. They call it Super 26 Ultra, but I will just stick to the S26 Ultra. Itel is probably the last name some people want to hear when it comes to smartphone. Some people just hate Itel. I don't want to use that word. Not because they've ever used the one. No. They just hate it because someone told them Itel is bad. They've never actually tried any of the newer Itel phones. Never checked the words change. Nothing. They just hate it because, well, someone told them to. But why are people like that? Itel S26 Ultra is one of those smartphones that actually makes you feel like you are using something premium. You are getting this ultra slim body with a beautiful curved display. This is probably the only phone at this budget that gives you a curved screen. I don't think any other brand is doing that right now. Durability is also impressive. You are getting IP65 dust and water resistant along with Gorilla Glass 7 eye protection. The display itself is fantastic. It is an AMOLED panel, 144Hz refresh rate again, 1.5K resolution, which is crazy. These are mid-range specs that we are seeing on budget smartphones. I like what Itel has been doing lately. They've improved a lot. Phones like Itel RS4, Itel S24 were actually really good. They are solid devices for their price. But here's the thing. As much as people dislike Itel, they probably hate Unisoc processor even more. I am not a huge fan of Unisoc processor as well. Itel S26 Ultra is powered by the Unisoc T7300 built on 6nm process. This processor actually performs better than most of the chip you find in this price range. It outperformed phones running on MediaTek Helio G99, MediaTek G100, or even the MediaTek Helio G200. Technically, you could say it is one of the most powerful processors you can get with this budget. But here's the thing, it is still a Unisoc chip. A lot of people don't really trust Unisoc yet. Brands like MediaTek and Qualcomm are way more popular, and because of that, most games and apps are optimized to run better on those processors. Unisoc just isn't there yet in terms of support and optimization until developers start giving it more proper recognition and optimization. I think people will still be a bit hesitant about it, but overall, it is actually pretty solid performance. It delivers great benchmark score and should outperform better than most chipsets in this same price range. Plus, the fact that you are getting 8GB of RAM alongside this chip make it even better for multitasking and general performance. Itel S26 Ultra comes with 50 megapixel rear camera, which will easily handle all the photos and video. And then we are getting a 32 megapixel selfie camera, which delivers clean, bright shot, perfect for content and for social media. It also features stereo speakers for better sound quality. There is no headphone jack. It is understandable. This phone is super slim. Even with this slim design, Itel somehow managed to fit in a massive 6000 milliamp battery. That is huge, and it is almost unbelievable for a phone this thin. It also supports 18 watts. It is not good enough for the size of the battery that we have on this phone. Currently, you can get the Itel S26 Ultra for around 250,000 naira, which is also a solid buy if you are looking for one stylish long-lasting phone, durable, super slim smartphone. This is a great buy for you. What do you think of Itel smartphones in general and S26 Ultra in particular? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below because I'd love to hear what you think. Let's move to the next phone on the list, which is the Galaxy A17 5G. There are only two main reasons to pick this phone over the other smartphones I've mentioned. The first reason is the 5G connectivity. If you really care about network speed and you want your phone to be 5G capable, then the Galaxy A17 5G is a solid option. It is powered by the Exynos 1330 processor, which supports 5G and does pretty well when it comes to connectivity and overall performance. Samsung kind of disappointed a lot of people with this smartphone, me included, because when you look at it, there is really no major improvement compared to the last 2 or 3 generations. It is practically the same thing we've been getting over and over again. And the same design. No, design has been changed a little bit. And still, if 5G is important to you, this one gets the job done. And the second reason is the software. Samsung has one of the best Android software experience out there. The One UI interface is clean, it is user-friendly, it is easy to navigate, the animations are smooth, everything feels polished. And what makes it even better is the long-term support. You're getting up to 6 years of major OS and security updates, which is amazing at this price point. The display could have also be a solid reason to get this phone because it is Samsung Super AMOLED display, and Samsung display always look great, but spec-wise, it is not the best. Just 1080p resolution with 90 Hz. Brands like TECNO and Infinix, they are giving us 144 Hz. They are giving us 1.5K resolution. They are giving us punch hole display. So they are really taking everything from Samsung right now, apart from the software. Because it's a Samsung display, the color tuning, the quality, they are top notch. It's not about the number. It's about the experience. And Samsung nailed that part. If you are someone who loves Samsung, if you follow 5G connectivity, long-term support with a polished, smooth software, A17 5G is really a nice buy. There are still many other fantastic options you can get for around 250k brand new smartphone that really deserve a mention. But I don't want this video to get too long. I stop with here and I'll continue in the next video. You definitely don't want to miss that. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure your notification is on so you will be the first to know when I drop the video. You can check out this video right here. It is about the best phone you can get for 200k. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.